Any senator may rise at any time to speak upon a matter of privilege suddenly arising, and he shall be prepared to move without notice. A motion declaring that the content of breach.
A political firestorm, a sealed office, a stifled advocate. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's struggle in Nigeria's Senate has crippled the nation for over 6 months. But on September 23, 2025, our office was unsealed.
To unseal Senator Natasha Akpoti's office, I, Alabi Deputy Director, Sergeant at Arms, hereby unseal the office.
Signaling a potential return amid a saga of allegations, court battles, and international outcry. How did a sitting dispute escalate into a constitutional clash? Tensions escalated on February 28 when, in a TV interview, she alleged Akpabio made unwanted sexual advances towards her on December 8, 2023 at his residence.
A number of senators told me, go and see him and plead with him so that he would take it. I was like, sir, please, why can't you take this motion? It's very important. It's been listed. Then it was listed the third time and stepped down. He then said, Natasha, I'm the chief presiding officer of the Senate. You can enjoy a whole lot if you take care of me and make me happy. At that point, I said, sir, I'll pretend that I didn't hear this.
Including squeezing her hand suggestively and saying, I will make an opportunity for us to come here and have a good moment. She further claimed he made lewd remarks in the Senate building, such as, you can enjoy a lot of benefit if you make me happy, and tied support for her motions to sexual favors. Akpabio firmly denied these allegations on March 5th, stating, at no time did I sexually harass Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, calling them traumatizing. On March 6th, after her petition was dismissed on procedural grounds that she signed it herself, the Senate imposed a 6-month suspension without pay, sealing her office and barring her from the premises, citing unruly and disruptive behavior.
That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan for 6 months for a total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended, for bringing the presiding officer and the entire Nigerian Senate in general to public opprobrium. Those in support of prayer one say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. I put the question. Those in support of prayer one say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Kogi Central constituents protested, arguing their representation was unjustly curtailed. The dispute moved to the courts. Senator Natasha filed a suit claiming the suspension violated the 1999 Constitution. In July, Justice Binta Yako of the Federal High Court ruled it excessive and unconstitutional, directing her reinstatement. The Senate, led by Akpabio, appealed to the Court of Appeal, arguing courts cannot interfere and maintained restricted access pending the outcome. On September 5th, a suspension term ended, but Clerk Sonny Omolori denied entry, citing the appeal. Our legal team warned of contempt proceedings by September 15. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project urged Akpabio to rescind the suspension, while women's rights activist Adiza Ado called it a sad day for Nigerian women. Atedo Peterside labeled it disturbing and disrespectful to our constituents, and Pat Utomi decried it as repression. Former Senate President Bukola Saraki called for a transparent investigation. Internationally, Senator Natasha raised her case at the Interparliamentary Union and United Nations Women's Women in Parliament session in New York in March 2025.
And I told them that I will stand the 6-month suspension, and the very first day I return, I will represent my petition on sexual harassment, and I will continue doing so until there is a fair and transparent investigation.
Seeking global support, and refusing to retract her allegations. The Senate clarified to the IPU that the suspension was for misconduct, not her claims. This saga, spanning 181 days by mid-September, has fueled debate on gender equity and free speech, leaving Kogi Central without representation. Mid-September saw heightened friction. Senator Natasha was reportedly turned away at the National Assembly gates despite the expired suspension. Public discourse intensified, questioning the Senate's action.
I've said this before and I'm saying it again. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, runs the Nigerian Senate as if it's the third-term governor of Akwa Ibom. Many senators are afraid. You've all seen what happened. You are not allowed to speak. When you try to speak or air your views on certain issues that are critical, you get shut down if it does not conform with what he wants.
What's an official reason given to you for why you're not allowed to do?
So far, I've not been given any official reason. I've only read on the papers yesterday that I should not resume today because the Senate has appealed, and that is why I presented to you that the Senate has not appealed the judgment. It is Akpabio himself. He is abusing power by willing the entire institutions to fight me. It's a personal vendetta that Akpabio is unleashing on me by hiding under the wings of the institutions, and it is wrong.
Behind closed doors, Senate leadership faced pressure, with Minority Leader Abba Moro advocating for a return amid growing calls for resolution.
We want to plead that while implementing these recommendations that will be approved by the Senate, or is most likely to be approved by the Senate, if it is convenient for the Senate and Mr. President, now that even the committee has given a window of possible mitigation of this sentence, we want to ask if it is convenient for the Senate and Mr. President that the 6 months punishment for suspension be reduced to 3 months.
On September 23, 2025, a turning point emerged. Deputy Sergeant at Arms Alabi Adedeji unsealed Senator Natasha's office following a reported leadership meeting on September 22nd.
To unseal Senator Natasha Akpoti's office, I, Alabi Adedeji, Deputy Director, Sergeant at Arms, hereby unseal the office.
With the Senate plenary scheduled for October 7th, our reinstatement appears likely, potentially with a formal gesture to address tensions with Senate President Akpabio. The Court of Appeal case remains active, yet for Kogi Central, an advocate of fair representation, this is a significant step forward after a protracted battle. Senator Natasha's persistence underscores a broader fight for equitable voices in Nigeria's democracy. As October 7th approaches, the nation watches the Senate. Will this chapter close with full resolution? Stay tuned to all our social platforms at Guardian Nigeria.